Okay, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Labrador Energy Podcast. Another guest today. You like my presence for the podcast?
Yeah.
We have Julieta Degese. Is it like Neil deGrasse Tyson?
He doesn't know my name. He doesn't know my name.
Julieta.
He doesn't know my name.
Julieta Degese. Degese.
It doesn't matter.
Welcome. How are you doing today?
Great.
Welcome. Are you facing the pandemic? Julieta, for those of you that don't know Julieta, it's you can follow her on Instagram at what's it? DG.
You got to write it down, right?
I'm gonna put it there.
I put it there.
I follow her on the thing that's clipping here. Welcome.
I don't have TikTok though.
It's okay.
I heard that it's a thing that people are doing.
Would you consider TikTok?
Come on.
Would you consider expanding to TikTok?
Yeah, I don't know. What is it good?
It's a lot of videos, yeah, small videos.
Oh well.
They're good.
Yeah, good.
So tell us a bit more about yourself, Julieta. Where are you from?
Well, I'm from Argentina, which is not Germany. Is that good?
Yes, very good. Yes. Tell us a bit more. When did you? Okay, so the point of the Labrador Energy Podcast, for those of you that are just tuning in, is just to find out a bit more about why you left Argentina and what was the spirit of adventure, aka the Labrador Energy, that has determined you to force yourself into the world.
Sorry.
Did you force yourself into the world?
Yeah, no, but in a good way. I didn't. I bought a ticket. I didn't. Yes.
How long ago have you left Argentina?
8 years. 8 long years. Help.
So you moved directly to Berlin, yes?
Yes, it was from Buenos Aires to Berlin, and the first thing that I saw from Germany was Rathaus.
Oh, really?
Yes.
For those of you that don't know Rathaus Neukölln, it really is the rat house.
It's a more like Turkish kind of like neighborhood. So I was like, oh, this is different than what I thought it was.
Before it was going to be more advanced, yes?
No. Okay. Just less trash, I guess.
But why did you move? Why Berlin?
Why Berlin?
Yeah, when you left Argentina, you were like, I want to go to Germany. Oh
no, I had to tell the story. Should I tell a long story? The story that I tell in dates? The story that I tell to people?
So tell the story that you tell people that you don't like.
I don't like.
Yeah.
Oh, the long one. Okay. Anyway, so I needed a change. I was 25, 26. Mm-hmm. So this really didn't happen 8 years ago. It happened 2 years ago. Okay. And then I met this German dude back home, and my mom was like, "You should date him."
Your mom was very encouraging, yes?
Yes. Yeah, it was kind of creepy. I think she wanted to,
She wanted little European babies.
She wanted to date him, but she's too old for him.
Oh, so she was living vicariously for you.
In a creepy way.
Interesting. Nice. Would you tell her about your dates with him?
No.
Okay, well, she wasn't getting a lot out of it.
No.
Then. Okay.
She was like, my daughter. Anyway, I think I punched my...
It's great.
Cool. Then I met him. I didn't want to... Oh.
I thought I was looking down.
I feel so good. Can I go this higher?
Yeah, but you have to probably like raise from the chair. There's a little button.
Oh, I found it. Wait.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's a bit difficult to find. It's the G button.
It's G button. Nah, come on. Oh, this is great.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, now I feel like I should elevate myself again.
Do we have to edit? Should we start again?
I'll probably.
Okay, so I met this German guy, and I was like, I need to, like a change. To be honest, I didn't really care.
About him?
Yeah, about like having a future with him. I was just like living the moment. Like you always should do, you should live the moment.
Live the moment, guys, do cocaine.
Okay, not that moment, that's bad. Anyway, so we went on a couple of dates, and then we, after 2 weeks, we moved in together, and then...
Well, it's a big step.
Yeah, it's a big step.
Whose idea was it?
His.
Oh, really?
I was like, this was me. Yeah.
But what was he doing in Argentina?
Oh, he was trying to speak Spanish, like learn it.
These fucking first world people.
No, because, yeah, it was funny because at the end he met me so fast that I was translating everything, so he didn't learn Spanish at the end. Sad.
Interesting, yeah. It's no bueno.
Yeah, no bueno.
As they say in Spanish.
Exactly.
Okay, so then what happened now? So basically you moved here for love. Was that the story?
Yeah. No, it's so gross because no one knows what love is here.
That's true. It's the only truth here is kebabs, guys.
Oh, I'm so hungry.
We can eat something. I'll cook. We have cookies. You brought cookies.
Yeah, but I'm not going to eat it. They shouldn't know.
So he said, "Come with me to Germany."
No, he didn't. he said, let's move in together, let's travel together. And then when was the time to come back, he was like, I need to come back. And I was like, okay.
I'm coming as well.
And I was like, should I go? He was like, sure.
Okay.
And then we got married.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that escalated fast. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got officially married.
Officially married, yeah.
Okay, but you didn't get, but you already had European citizenship, right?
No, not yet. But then after that, I got one.
Okay, but that was not like, oh, we cancel it. We didn't get married for the visa, I think. We got married out of love, yes?
Yes, sure.
It's very common. Okay.
Yeah, so I like the love here comes with papers, so that's good.
That's a joke right there. Write it down. Love comes with papers.
Okay, cool. I will write this joke.
Write it down, yeah. I usually do that all the time. Oh, actually, it's recorded now, so you can come back to it.
Okay.
Okay, so you were married.
Yes.
Interesting. How long did it last?
The togetherness.
I guess the marriage.
Oh, we still are.
Really? On papers?
Yes.
Well, you're a married woman.
I know. To the people that I date, I'm sorry I didn't tell you about this. Just kidding, they know.
Very good.
I don't know.
Okay, so you got married and then like the fig fell apart.
Yeah.
How long did it last?
Some years.
Okay, but it was an investment. Now you were in Germany, yes?
Yes.
And do you like it here?
That's...
How long did it take you to learn? You speak German, yes?
Yeah.
Fluently?
Yes.
How long did it take you to learn German?
2 years and a half.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Is it? Do you speak it?
Not at all.
Ah.
But I don't really have any plans to learn it either.
You have?
No, don't have.
No.
Because like I'm thinking like, what am I going to use German for?
Well, you're in Germany, maybe to speak it.
I mean, it sounds good on paper.
It doesn't.
It doesn't sound good in any context. No, but the logic was like, okay, if I'm going to spend time learning German, it is more time out of the day that I won't spend on, focusing on comedy or whatever I'm doing, right? So I figured like, I don't know how long I'll be in Germany for, and everything that I do in English. There's no point learning German. So that's kind of how I live my life.
Yeah, okay, cool.
But then, I'm having some, every now and then I have a falafel, so I'm integrating. Julieta's done with my shit. She's done with this.
I'm doing this for comedic purposes.
Yes, exactly. Slap. But yes, okay. So then, how did that kind of come across? Were your parents happy that you moved to Germany?
No, I think they were sad. I'm not sure. They didn't say much about. Yeah, I mean they came to visit. Yeah, I guess they're sad, but it's fine.
So did your life improve when you moved to Germany, or was it Argentinian life better? Let's talk real shit.
Well, I think if you every place has their like good things and bad things. So here's economy-wise it's better, money-wise you can do more with like working less. So that's great. The other stuff, like culture.
Right. There's a wall here.
There's a wall. I know the weather is shitty.
Right.
Okay.
Well, it's not always shitty. Summer's pretty nice.
I like now it's like everything. If you see
now it's like post-apocalyptic outside. I mean, they can see the window there, so it's like
you can see it. Yeah.
Clearly death.
Yeah, there's like a shadow. Like I do. It was always. My country is going to always be my country. So it's like.
Would you go back?
Why? Is Germany over?
No, I mean it's.
Are we done with Germany?
I think we're canceling Germany. I mean, Angela Merkel's stepping down in 6 months.
Was it?
Yeah, Angela Merkel's stepping down in 6 months.
No, are you serious? I like that lady.
She's done. She's 15 years in power. She's going away.
No.
They're gonna put a man in charge.
Isn't she like 20 years in power though?
Something.
Okay.
German.
Facts.
I don't follow politics in this country.
She's great. Every time that she speaks, I'm like, I'm going to cry. She's great.
I know, right? I like her. She's an actual person with in power. These responsibilities.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? But would you? Okay, because I was asking a lot of my mom keeps asking me, Dragos, sure, are you moving back to Romania?
You want to go back to Romania?
No. Why would I go back to Romania?
That's what I'm.
Yeah. But then she was asking me like, okay, what would determine you to move back to Romania? Like, what situation we're playing these like imaginary games?
Fun.
So I'd be like, okay, mom, I would go back to Romania if like I was offered like a lot of money.
For who's going to offer money?
I don't know. But that's what I was telling. Like, okay, mom, because technically my mom doesn't know I do comedy full time.
What do you mean she doesn't know?
It doesn't know. It's a long story. The story is like she thinks I'm working in accounting, whatever. Are
you a little bit?
Not at all. I don't even know how to count. But the point is, if I would tell her, she'd constantly be worried, right? She'd be like, "My Dragos, have you eaten? What are you eating?" That kind of stuff.
Do you eat? I'm worried about you.
Time, yeah. Quite yesterday, I bought tomatoes, and I will have you know that I found tomatoes for 59 euro cents a kilo.
Tomato is also a fruit and a vegetable.
59 cents at the Turkish market. This podcast is sponsored by Ajida supermarket.
You should get some sponsors so you can get some food.
First, I need to get listeners, which means it makes more interesting.
Yeah, like that would be good.
But so basically, she's like, "Would you move back to Romania?" And I was like, "If I would move back to Romania, let's say if I would want to work in entertainment in Romania, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then rice, what?" I'm stuck in like food. So then, let's say if someone said like, "Okay, Dragos, we've seen your stuff on TikTok. We would like you to star in this Romanian telenovela, and we're gonna pay you $500,000 a year."
What kind of what character you have in the soap opera?
I mean, I haven't. I would be maybe like not the main character.
Come on, why not?
I could be like the main character. maybe I would be like the main character, but like the villain.
Oh, I like that.
You know? So then they'd be like, "Look, we're gonna give you $500,000 a year after tax."
Because you have to pay taxes.
In Romania.
Okay, just in Romania?
In Romania, yeah, just Romania. And I'd be like, okay, maybe I would consider that, you know? I'd be like, why not? $500,000, I would try it out for 1-2 years. But then that's kind of like, that would be my condition, right? So if you were to move back to Argentina, what would be the conditions?
Well, it would be great if it's not a poor country anymore. That would be awesome.
Number one, just go for like an industrial revolution.
Yeah, what about, it would be great if it's not that dangerous, but that's not going to happen.
But how dangerous is Argentina? Is Argentina more dangerous than like other countries in South America?
No, I would say it depends where exactly.
Is it more dangerous than Guatemala?
I guess not.
Honduras?
I guess not. Are you trying to get people like... people from Honduras to hate me? Yeah. Your country is lovely, I love it.
But like, well, okay, so in terms of danger, like, do you know anybody do you know that of anyone having had anything negative happen to them? Like,
yeah, sure, me.
Oh, you got robbed?
Yeah, I got robbed several times. One time, the guy he robbed me and then he slapped me in the face.
Really?
Yes.
How old were you?
I was like 24 or something like that.
Was it during the day, during the night?
During daytime, like it was 2 p.m. or something.
Really?
Yeah, and there were people around. It was like, but then it was kind of like, oh, I should maybe move.
Oh, okay, that was like, okay, maybe it's.
I don't like being slapped in the face by strangers. I like it in the bedroom.
That's Instagram handle here.
Slap me in the bedroom, not when you're robbing.
Interesting.
Me.
That happened. Okay, because like the thing is, so when I was like maybe like in 6th grade, somebody stole my hat in Romania. And
they punch you in the face?
Not really. They just stole my hat. They just ran past and they took my hat. It wasn't even like a fancy hat.
That's it? That's how it happened?
That's the worst that happened to me. And I'm trying to think if anyone else had anything worse, but no. I think Romania wasn't as.
I was dating this guy for a little bit, and he's from the UK, and we were talking about dangerous stuff happening with his friends.
Okay.
And I said what happened to me, and then he said, yeah, my bike lights were stolen once. Europe is great.
I mean, I'm trying to think. Okay, I have friends that have gotten like robbed, but they.
With a gun, poo poo.
No, it's difficult to get guns in Romania. Oh. I think just generally in Europe it's difficult. Is it easy to get guns in Argentina?
I guess so. Okay. you can make your own gun.
Like 3D print it or just like?
No, you can have a knife.
I mean, knives are more common.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the main reasons why you left is violence.
Well, yeah, it was kind of like, it's annoying to thinking about. Like, I just realized when I moved here, I realized I don't have to think so much about it. It was like a revelation. So.
Right, it's like one less thing to worry about.
Yeah.
Interesting. But what about the food?
The food is, so that's the thing, the food is
right.
good. So my German ex, when we were there, he was like, you guys don't have any bread. Because apparently bread is a really big thing in Germany. Anyway, we had food.
Yeah, like actual food.
We had like really good food. So I was thinking when all this pandemic thing, I was like, maybe I should go back.
To Argentina?
Yeah, if I'm going to be poor here, what's the difference? I have very like food and nice weather.
Right. How does Argentina fare with the pandemic?
Well, they are in denial. They deal with it, like at the beginning it was really good how they dealt with it, and then now they forgot.
Okay, they were like, this gone.
They were like, it's not happening, it's summer! Yes. We say, well, my therapist says that it's like a...
My therapist.
I have a therapist. She said it's like a country of teenagers. That's the idea.
Really? Is she also from Argentina or
yeah.
he? Okay, interesting.
She.
Okay, very nice. Is she
Can
here?
you believe a woman can be a therapist now?
I mean, I've only been to a therapist once, and
Come on, Dragos, tell the real stuff.
And he was a Polish guy, and then basically, my company asked me to go to the.
Why did they ask you?
Well, basically, I went and I was like, guys, I want to resign to do comedy, and they were like, well, we're gonna pay for a therapist for you.
They thought you were cuckoo because.
Yeah, they were like, why don't you go see this guy, have a quick chat with him.
And how did that go?
I mean, we went to have a chat, and the guy was like, basically, he got a bit depressed.
He's a great comedian.
Like he got a bit depressed because like I was telling him, like, you know, look, I feel like I've done this, I've done that, and I feel like, you know, at the moment I just want to like, you know, I have nothing to lose if I try. And he was like,
well, what about money or?
I mean, that's the situation. That's how I was like, and he was like, yeah, you know, that's what I would do as well, man. You know, I wish I was in your place. I was like,
I think you need a new therapist.
Yeah. Are you okay, bro? You wanna switch seats here? You wanna talk? This was because when I was in Estonia, and he was like, yeah, he was just an old guy, and then I guess a lot of times he was telling me a lot of the people that probably wasn't wise for him to give me like information on his patients. He was like, you look, man, I have all moisture in your accent. I have a lot of people coming from here. A lot of them.
Are you doing an accent?
That's what he was. That's how he sounded. It was like a lot of them they've been abused. A lot of them they've had problems. A lot they have domestic violence, domestic abuse.
Comedians or people in general?
Just people in general.
Okay.
In Estonia, because this guy was in Estonia.
Uh-huh.
But look, you have there's no problem. You're just finding your way. Just go and find it.
Oh, and then he opened the window and you flew away.
That's exactly it. And then he jumped out of it and killed himself.
Nice. DM.
But so anyway, the point was that you're talking to your therapist.
Therapist.
Okay, I always get those two confused.
Yes.
Okay, which one is which?
what is someone? Boop, boop, boop. What were we talking about?
We're talking about like you're talking to your therapist and they're saying that Argentina is a country of teenagers.
Yes. Because she's now.
Everybody's fucking. Is that what it is?
Yes. Anyway.
That's sad for gaze to the camera.
It's just like a little drop. No, so she lives in Brussels. So
okay.
She also moved, but she comes and goes. So she's now in Argentina, and she told me everyone forgot about Corona. So now in Argentina they legalized abortion.
Okay.
So that
was not legal before.
No, there was not.
So now just everybody's like.
Yeah, getting pregnant. No. No, the thing is, it was like a huge thing because everyone was in the Congress, like outside, like waiting for the result of the voting. Mm-hmm. And when I saw that, it was very like emotional because it's like something that we're like fighting for so long as feminist women. Mm-hmm. But then it was like so many people outside, and I was like, but dude, it's a pandemic. You guys cannot be like thousands. Yeah.
They didn't have masks.
And maybe, but I don't think so.
It's not going to work.
Yeah, it's not going to work. So yeah, there's more cases now.
That's interesting. Do you still follow the news from Argentina?
No.
Okay, very good. When did you stop?
I think I never did when I was there.
Right.
But because it's a place that news are always there. It's very like when I was there in March last year, the Corona was like happening there. But it was like 24/7, old Corona. So it's like. When there's a news, and you hear all the time.
Okay. It's bombarding from everywhere.
So when you're like away, there's nothing. You can just like unplug from it.
Right. Because for me, I think it took me like about 2 years to stop following news from Romania.
Why? It's so interesting, the news from Romania.
It's not. It's basically just like corruption stuff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Would you say Argentina is corrupt?
Okay, I'm not going to say it, but a lot of people do. Okay, this is not something.
Guys, this is a given. You know.
Just saying. Don't look at.
What do you have any fun stories from growing up in Argentina in terms of in terms of like?
What's a fun story for you? Because I feel like fun is different for everyone.
Okay, not fun, but like people that like people find very odd when you tell them in here. Like for example, you've seen my comedy. I talk a lot about murdering animals. And that's fun.
There's animals, they're not real people, so it's fine.
It's part of the culture.
Killing animals.
Well, look, let me tell you a story. Okay. Are you ready for a story? So when
I don't have a choice.
So when Romania joined the European Union, one of the requirements for the European Union was to Romanians stop killing pigs in the streets.
You guys kill pigs on the street?
One of the traditions in Romania is you have to kill a pig for Christmas. And
but everyone's killing a pig on the street?
Well, not in the street, but like on the road, because it's like villages, right?
Okay.
So they're like, you can't just stab pigs in the throat. It's not humane.
Okay.
And then Romania was like, we're not going to join the European Union.
But you guys did, right?
And they were like, what? I was like, yeah, we're just not going to do it. If this is a requirement, because they're like, it's culture, it's tradition. So then basically they came to a compromise and they were like, look, can you electrocute the pig so it dies of a heart attack before you stab him? So then they were like, okay.
I don't like. I electrocute myself by accident. It is not, but like, it's not a nice feeling.
I don't know, man. This is what happens. So then basically, I would tell because like I have all these stories about like growing up, especially in the village, like because my grandmother had a village and there was like animals, and she asked me to kill a couple of chicken when I was like 7 or 8, right? Because like women are not supposed to kill animals, but like 70-year-olds are. So then I'm chopping off heads of chicken. Sometimes I'm killing snakes with a hoe.
You have snakes in Romania?
That's the small ones that are going around the house. They're not poisonous, but they're like it's a snake. It's El Diablo. It's the devil.
Yeah, I get it.
I don't know if you've read the Bible.
I haven't.
So don't do it. Okay. It's the character development is terrible.
I heard it's a bestseller.
Bestseller. It's like the twilight of books, like of medieval books. Is it medieval? Anyway. So that kind of stuff, like anything that I don't know. Did you grow up in a city, like in Buenos Aires?
Yeah. So Buenos Aires.
Like in an apartment?
Yes, in an apartment.
Okay.
We had an apartment. Well, so I didn't realize that like when I was growing up, I was not rich, but we were okay. Right? Because I was like riding ponies and I was playing golf.
I was riding ponies and playing golf? We were okay.
We were just okay, guys, okay? Yeah, my dad had like a factory.
Okay, that sounds better than okay. My dad had a factory.
No, but listen what the factory was.
Okay.
This is the lamest kind of factory you can ever have. It was a Life Best factory.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, it sounds like a lifesaver.
Anyway, it went bankrupt. It didn't save itself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And my dad was like...
So it was difficult to stay afloat.
Why did I start with this? This is my fault. I blame myself.
Indeed.
Interesting.
A Life Vest factory. That is definitely interesting.
Yeah.
Did you ever bring home like for Christmas just like Julieta, check your present?
No, he did make a Life Vest for me, custom made.
Really?
Yeah, it was cute. It was like it looked like a little ballerina, and it was really cute. I was like, this is great.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have one brother and one sister. I'm in the middle like a sandwich.
Did they ever like just throw you in the water with vests on?
No.
But I believe in this product so much that I am willing to just try it on my kids. Sounds like a good way to advertise.
Yeah, I don't think my brother ever did. We did fight a lot. I think I got concussions a lot.
My uncle threw me into a river to teach me how to swim.
That's not a good...
I learned how to swim.
Yeah, but it's not a good technique.
I also hate my uncle. He's an alcoholic.
Oh no. That's getting bad. Are you sure you don't need that therapist?
I might have to get back to it.
Yeah, I can give you the number of mine.
I'm just checking I have to restart the camera in a couple of minutes. No, I'll cut this out.
Okay.
So anyway, basically, so he had a factory that was making Life Vests, yes?
Yes, and it went bad because everything goes sour in Argentina, and then we had a crisis.
Okay.
In 2001.
Okay.
And I know this because I was living there.
Ah.
And everyone was like, "Oh, we're fucked."
But was it?
And we were so fucked.
You weren't so fucked.
No, we were a little fucked. So basically, my dad is an accountant for big companies.
He's an accountant?
Yeah, he does accounting for like big companies back in the day. Like, he had this factory and he was also doing that. And then we have, so basically the government, I know something about economy, it doesn't matter. So the government asks money for the banks, right?
Right.
And then the government has to return the money.
Yes.
And that's how, like, I don't know.
The system works, yeah.
Yeah. So the government was like, I'm not going to give you back the money. And the bank is like, you took all the money of all the people. I think that's what happened. I'm not super sure.
Okay, basically something happened. The money went disappeared.
So the main bank, they had all the issues with the one that my dad was working or whatever. Like, they were like, we don't know what to do. This happened. We don't know. And then the CEOs of that company just flew away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so my dad went to work one day when it was like the whole thing. And then they were like, where are the bosses? Well, they're back in Canada.
Were they Canadian or?
Yeah, they were Canadian.
They just went back. They were like, okay, fuck this.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure they weren't polite about it.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. I gotta.
They're Canadian.
Yeah, they're polite about it. Like, excuse me.
We had to go.
Well, we're gonna have to. This is now your problem, eh?
Yeah. So we had 7 presidents in 10 days or something like that.
Really?
Yes. And we were making fake money, basically, like we call it patacones.
Right.
So people were like, we don't have money. It was like, well, we can make this money.
Right.
And so people were like,
printing money, inflation, hyperinflation.
Yeah, we always have that.
Okay, so how much is like what is it, pesos? What do you use there?
Yeah, Argentine pesos.
I had no idea it was pesos.
Of course,
but I thought
we always have pesos. Everyone has
pesos.
Everyone has pesos.
Everyone has pesos?
Yes. Yes.
Brazil has reals.
Yes, they're different. They're Portuguese.
Portuguese.
So,
okay, so it started printing pesos until everybody's just a lot of pesos.
Yeah,
was it like Zimbabwe where you like walk around with a bunch of pesos? Wasn't that bad?
I don't know. The pesos didn't mean anything.
Okay, gotcha. It was like more like IOU.
Yeah, I don't. So basically, we had this system for 10 years. There were 1 peso is equal $1.
Oh.
So that's why our economy was pretty good, but it was a lie.
Right.
And then we were like, "There's a lie," and then everything went down.
Okay, that's no point. So, but you were like at that point, were you like, did it affect you in a big way? So, did you feel the crisis? Was it affecting you?
Yeah, I think it affected everyone.
But because the thing, okay, let me give you an example. When I was the 2008 crisis, did that affect you?
Was it a crisis?
The financial crisis, exactly. Yeah. Like, it was all over the news, but I was like,
wait, what was the crisis? The US, right?
The US, yeah, and there's like prime mortgage.
Sure. It happens to us.
And it like basically affected everybody. But I was like, I didn't feel it that much. I was like, is it the crisis? But like now with like the whole pandemic thing, it's a global crisis. And, it's affecting everybody, like individually, right? So interesting. But like in that time, were you aware that it was a crisis? It was on TV everywhere.
Yeah, because like the thing is, the crisis you can feel it because you go to the supermarket and before you can buy this much with like nothing, 2 pesos, and then you could see it. How little could you buy with time, and now
in the groceries.
Yes, you can see that.
Interesting.
But the thing is, when you're living in that system that everything goes more expensive, you kind of forget that it's not a good system.
Right.
So you're like, okay, I have to pay more and more. But then when I left and I came back after a year or something, I was like, oh my God, things are so much more expensive than before. And
fuck.
Yeah, it's really fucked up.
But do the salaries go up, or how do people afford?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how people survive it. I seriously don't know. I think people live with their parents longer, or they move with a partner, so it's a bit easier to pay stuff.
Right. But when you go back and you have euros there, do you feel like you're rich?
But it's crazy because it's very hard to get euros there. So for me, it's just money now. And then I go there and people are like, "Oh my God, look at this 50."
Oh.
And I'm like,
interesting.
Yes.
So people are like amazed by euros.
Amazed
in Argentina.
Yes.
Interesting. Is it the same? If you go there with Japanese yen, are they like, "Oh my God, Japanese yen"?
I don't think so.
Okay, it's just euros are difficult to get.
Yes. Everything that it's strong coin.
You can't get it like pounds or.
I guess like dollars is important for us, or like euros is important for us.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Argentina. Okay, very cool. Okay, so but let's talk a bit more. So basically, we've kind of ascertained a bit more about Argentina. It's a very interesting place. It's so
interesting. Come to visit. We need the tourists.
Sounds like a wild place. Yes.
No, okay. So every European person.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, tell me what.
I was gonna say, it's like, okay, in that situation, like I'm trying to draw parallels with Romania, right? In that situation,
why?
Just trying to figure out like the mindset, right? Because for example, if things are not going well, we don't know why. We kind of know why, but like it's difficult to fix, right? Does that affect the mentality of the people and they become more negative?
I think there is a not an unhappy feeling because it's like. But the thing is, you're there. I felt like there was some sort of violence in some places, like maybe the bus driver is mean to you or like scream at. Sometimes there is stuff like that. But then I moved here and it was like, oh my God, we're so nice.
Right. In terms of like.
Yeah, because Germans are like angry, and I'm like, you guys are fine.
Right.
You shouldn't be angry. Everything works here, so it's like.
Because like the thing that I noticed when I go back to Romania, maybe that's not as much now because I'm getting a lot of hate for that. It's like people are always negative. And then the problem is like they're negative is like, but it's not negative or like, okay, things are shit, but they're never going to change. That's the kind of mentality. So I'm like, okay.
Well, it's like, kind of like, oh, party pooper.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, what should I do now? Should I kill myself? Is this the next step that I do? Because like.
No, I think people just keep going in Argentina. I think you know how things are, and you try to do. And we have this very conservative mentality of like, you go to college, then you get married, you have children. So you have that.
Once you jump in the system, you're like. Okay.
But everything's changing now. I think because the feminist movement is pretty big now. So
in Argentina.
Yeah. So people are like not thinking so much about children, maybe later or like whatever.
Okay. Is Argentina very Catholic?
Yes.
Okay. So
we just got abortion because
we just got abortion. It's the new update.
The Vatican just gave us abortion.
It's great. It's Argentina 2.0 now with more abortion. It's like a DLC, downloadable content. Very good. So
I mean, we did have abortions before, just they were illegal. It's not like there was no abortions.
Right.
It's just now it's safe.
But what was the punishment? Like if they caught you, like, you know?
That's the thing. There was no real punishment. I mean, women were dying and like getting.
That was the punishment.
That was losing your life.
you can get like an abortion degree, like a doctor abortion online. You'd be like, guys, I'm an abortionist, and then people will be like, oh, you're an abortionist?
Yeah. So yeah, but now it's good. Now we're safe.
Interesting.
Thank God.
So basically, obviously, yeah, okay, like, but Poland is going in that direction. Interesting.
I hope they come back. It's a very like a shitty struggle that we always like get something for women's rights, and then someone always tries to be like 5 years in a row, like, you know that thing that you guys achieve, we're going to fuck it up.
What do you say? What do you think is the most progressive country in South America?
South America? I don't want to say ours, but I think
we just got abortion. It's us.
I mean, Uruguay had abortions too.
Okay.
I mean,
what about Dominican Republic? Aren't they more? Who? Dominican Republic? Are they central or no? They're South America.
I think they're not central. Should we search?
Let's find out.
Let's check it.
Or maybe you should say Latin America. Is Mexico more progressive than Argentina?
It's Central America.
Yeah, but like I'm saying Latin America.
Oh shit.
Dominican Republic, country in the Caribbean. Okay.
Like then I have to do this. So where is it?
It counts as Caribbean, so I think it's central.
Yeah, no, it's central.
Yeah, okay, doesn't matter. So basically in South America, what do you say is the more progressive one? Is it Argentina?
Can you determine progress?
I guess like in terms of women's rights, in terms of like civil rights.
Yeah.
Is there discrimination or?
Yeah, we do have a lot of shit, but like progressive, like people get educated way more in other places. We have a big middle class. I'm from the middle class.
Middle class?
You need to put something.
Middle class, like sparkles. Middle class.
Like,
but is the middle class really big now?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Pretty big.
Thirsty, because like, for example, in my situation, I think I thought I was middle class growing up. But
you were poor as fuck.
But then I figured out I was like lower class.
Oh.
So not quite.
You have like little tiny pigs. You keep little tiny pigs. You're like, why do I have to eat things from the house?
Exactly. This was supposed to be my gift.
He was like, this is for the culture.
Why am I eating Arnold?
Yeah. Sorry, you were poor.
No, I wasn't. That's the thing is, you don't really realize you're poor when you're growing up there, right? But like then you've.
Well, it's like me. I didn't know that I was rich. Not anymore. I live in this shithole.
What was the definition of rich in Argentina? Would you have like 3-bedroom apartment?
Well, no, it was like 5 or something.
I was like, what was the definition of rich? 3-bedroom apartment?
And we would we had 2 cars or we have 1 car. I think we have 1 car or 2 cars.
Okay.
The one I don't know. What else? We play golf. We had like
we play golf. I think we play
golf. It's a big thing.
But maybe like is it like everyone can access? Is it golf like a big thing in Argentina, or is it just like a?
I think so. Yeah. And we used to play tennis a lot and go swimming.
Okay, that's okay. That's richish.
I was very shitty at tennis. I just want to say that.
Okay.
It doesn't.
I used to throw rocks.
Yeah.
At myself.
I just want to say that I'm not rich anymore.
Okay. Well, so what do you do nowadays?
Nowadays?
You're moved here in Berlin. You've been here for Berlin. As an Argentinian in Berlin, do you hang out with other Argentinians?
Yeah, one.
One?
Yeah, I just have one. I don't see her much because of the pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah, I just have one. My therapist told me that I should date Argentinians.
Really?
And I'm like, I don't want to.
That's actually a good topic. Have you dated Argentinians since you left Argentina?
No. Is Italian counts?
No.
Okay, no.
Does an Italian count as Argentinian?
That someone from non-con counts.
Because I have the same situation. I haven't dated anybody that's Romanian, still Romanian.
Do you miss it?
Not necessarily. I mean, the thing is, like, I've been thinking in English for the past. So I left Romania like 12 years ago, right?
Oh wow.
So I've been thinking in English ever since then. So whenever I speak in Romanian, a lot of people say that I sound like from 12 years ago.
Huh.
Because like a lot of my lingo is still from like 12 years ago.
Oh, you like frozen in the past.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
Cute.
So then so I feel like a lot of times when it comes to, let's say, if I were to talk to a girl from Romania, I talk to her in my 18-year-old Romanian awkward.
This is not hot.
Yeah. Like there's a lot less confidence.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do, people that hear me speak in Spanish from Argentina, I lost the accent.
Really?
A little bit of the accent. And I was like, that's not a bad thing.
Okay, interesting. But do you still, okay, so how do you, having left Argentina for about 8 years, do you have any animosity when you go back to Argentina?
What's animosity?
As in like the people like look at you like, she's not Argentinian.
No,
You're like, no, she's not Argentinian.
People are like, this is another one. Yeah, I haven't changed.
Cause
so like last time I was there, I saw my ex-boyfriend from like when I was like, I know, we are still friends. Anyway, we had like this thing when I was like 19 and he was like 17.
Okay.
And now I'm 23.
Okay. And he's 30.
I'm getting younger by the minute in this video. And he told me I'm still the same.
Okay.
Which I don't know if it's a compliment, but he saw it like I'm better now. Like I'm the same but better.
Okay, that's very nice. Sounds like a nice guy.
Yeah.
Is he married with kids?
No, he's like he has a girlfriend.
Okay. Interesting. Are people getting married with kids in Argentina?
Yeah, like all my classmates from high school, they all have kids.
Interesting.
I don't have any kids that I know of.
Isn't it fun to say that as well? I know of.
It would be funny. He's like, Mama, like he's a reunion.
Of like tiny little Julietas. Oh, Juliettes. What's the male equivalent?
What?
What's the male equivalent of
Julio? I don't think we have Julio.
Julio? Maybe.
Could be.
Okay.
Like a little tiny Julio.
Okay.
Oh, that would be so cute.
Do you have a lot of German friends?
I have a couple. We don't talk so much.
Very interesting. Do you have any friends?
You know, it's funny because like the other day someone asked me if I have friends. I was like, yeah, I have friends.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm not alone.
No. I'm trying to figure out in terms of like now I'm going more towards like an integrating in Germany situation.
So okay, what I noticed is like my German friends don't understand my situation as an like immigrant, which is like sometimes it's like, you know, on holidays or like Christmas or whatever. If I don't choose to come back, I'm not. You know, I'm in a situation where I could be like a bit sad, and they're like, "Well, okay, I'm going with see my family." Like, you know, they don't realize that.
They have no empathy.
Yeah, that's
classic. Very interesting. Okay, and then here in terms of like finding a job when you first moved here, was it difficult to find a job?
No, it was so easy. It was not the best job, but like actually it was super easy to find a job. So I was like, maybe I should stay.
Oh really? What did you work as?
I was working like doing breakfast for a hostel or whatever, but I was like working twice a week.
But how good was your German at that point? Did you need it?
No, I didn't have it. So I didn't need it because it was like a hostel, so I could just speak English.
I see. Okay, because I think this is what a lot of people when they want to move countries, they're like, okay, how am I going to find a job there?
Yeah, not super easy.
Did you hear that?
Hey,
Emigrate.
it's easy. Don't come here.
Yeah, go to
We're
Poland.
full of people. It's full.
Have you tried Austria?
Yeah, Austria's better.
It's pretty decent actually, Vienna. Okay, interesting. Because I think I had the same situation when I went to. So I lived in Japan for like a couple of years.
What?
Did you know about this? I lived in Japan for like 3 years.
Was it nice?
It was okay. So basically, I went there. I was studying in the UK for a while. Romania joined the European Union. So when you join the European Union, it means you can take a loan from the British government, and you can study in the UK much easier, right?
But you have to return that, right?
Yeah. Then then they left now, right?
So you don't have to return the money?
No, everything's sorted.
Okay.
But then the point was at that point, I was like, you know, I was like, I was working for like part time for some jobs, like I was doing some reception jobs or whatever. I had some money set up, and I was like, I'm gonna travel around, say, do like 2 months of like, you know, gap year.
Okay.
Like because before leaving Romania for the UK, I've never left Romania.
Right.
Poor. Okay, so then we were like, I'm gonna check out Southeast Asia because I like people going to Southeast Asia. So then I ended up in Japan, and I was in Japan, I ran out of money, and then I ended up finding a job.
Okay.
And then I was working as a recruiter.
Of what?
Of like people. Basically, I was recruiting bilinguals for like investment banks, but for a recruitment company.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of times what I would do is basically the job was essentially you call people while they are at work and you ask them, hey man, do you want to change jobs? And then they hang up on you. So then you do that over and over and over until somebody doesn't hang up on you. And a lot of people don't want to do that job because it's soul draining and it makes you want to kill yourself.
Yeah, when you were telling me, I wanted to hang up on you.
Yeah, exactly. It's not fun. So basically, I did that for like 3 years, but I was living in Japan. Anyway, the problem was I was working from like 8 a.m. in the morning to like 11 at night.
Oh my God.
Because Japan.
Yeah, it's so expensive.
Yeah, and it's also like, it's not just expensive, but that's how the work culture is.
Yeah, right.
And also the problem is that a lot of people are Japanese, they don't answer the phone during the day, so you call them after 7 p.m. So most of the job happens, so you do research during the day, who am I going to call?
But were you talking in Japanese? No?
English.
Huh.
Everything was English. I didn't speak any Japanese.
Huh.
I still don't speak any Japanese. I speak a bit Japanese.
Ladies!
But then, so I was living there for like 3 years, and then people were like, the point is you could always find jobs that people don't want to do. And then this was a job that people didn't want to do because it was just a lot of psychological pain.
Yeah, I mean when these people, let's put them like the people that are like, oh, immigrants steal jobs. It's like no, we just do the jobs that you don't want to.
There's a gap in the market.
We're not stealing anything.
Nobody's stealing like I don't know, like fucking.
Yeah, I'm not going to be Angela Merkel. I could.
Exactly, it's not that kind of situation. So then I did that for a couple of years, but then the point was like it was easy to find a job, but then the situation at that point was like it's Japan, you're a foreigner, and it's not just you're a foreigner, you look like a foreigner.
You do look.
Yeah, this guy is this filthy immigrant. No, and basically it's like more difficult to integrate. Plus the you can read the fucking letters and I was trying to turn it into a joke, but. A true story that happened a couple of times is for the first 3 months, I was buying the wrong bottle of stuff to put in my hair because I thought I was buying shampoo. Turns out I was buying conditioner. So I was
to be honest, that happens to my mom a lot, but just because she cannot see. So she hasn't used glasses, and then she goes buy stuff and then she's like, there's no foam.
Exactly. So then I was walking around, so I was just getting haircuts all the time because I was just.
And now you don't.
Exactly. Maybe this is my psychiatry session, and now now I'm actually basking in the conditioner.
Full circle.
Oh my God!
Should I open the window?
Maybe fly out. But the point was basically like when I went there, I was only hanging around with foreigners.
Yeah, that's what you do because they get what you're living through. It's easier.
Yeah.
But that's really it's helpful when you have a German friend. Because they know other stuff that you don't know. Right.
So then at the moment, are you the German friend? Can you be German yet?
No.
Are you German?
I could, but I don't want to.
Do you have to give up your Argentinian nationality?
No, I don't have to. No, we're in Argentina, we accommodate, you can have more passports.
But does Germany allow to have 2 passports?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. Wait, I don't know.
But would you, okay.
But I have an Italian one. I just got an Italian one. An Italian doesn't matter.
Okay, so you have no pressure to get a German nationality?
No. Unless Italy is like, we want to leave the UK.
How much would someone have to pay to give up your Argentinian nationality?
$10? Just kidding. Like a lot. Like buy me a flat.
I'm gonna put it on TikTok. That's a good price. That's a good price.
Buy me a flat. Wait, who wants me to?
No, I'm just saying it's hypothetical.
But who?
Who would want me? Who would
want me to give up?
George Soros.
I mean, to be honest, the passport doesn't give you much.
I mean, you can travel in South America.
No, but it's not.
You can't.
You can't.
They've isolated us.
It's not like we have a union as well, like European Union, but Latin American one.
Right.
But it's not like we still need to get stamp in our passport. It's not like here that you can just go and no one stamped.
Right.
So you have to, and they tell you how long can you be in the country. So let's say when I was traveling with my German, he was getting 3 months to be inside the country, and I, with my Argentine passport, I was getting 1 month.
Really?
So there you go.
That sounds like a union.
Just go. If you're from Europe, just go.
Oh my God, that's insane. I think, that's no bueno. Okay, let me see. I think I need to wrap up a couple of questions here before we kind of run out of time.
Yeah, all your questions.
Let me get to the questions. I wanted to ask you, I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and they were saying that the first thing that happened to them when they moved here, my friend is from Mexico, that's like when dating in Berlin, they had a problem getting fetishized.
Fetishized?
Exactly.
Wait, how does your friend look like?
I mean, just because they were Mexican.
Ah.
So then people would be like make like weird Mexican comments about them.
Oh, that's not good.
And I'm like, that has never happened to me. No one has ever fetishized my Romanianness. Has that happened to you?
Sexually?
Has that?
I want to say no.
Okay.
I want to say no.
Has anyone like yelled "arriba, arriba" during sex?
No. Probably I had. So I don't know. I think I do it in the morning. I'm like, arriba, arriba. It's time to wake up. Time to have sex in the morning. Yay.
I was gonna say that. I think it's definitely being like when I was looking at the lady behind you, she gave me the stink eye when you did arriba. Okay, last couple of questions. Okay, we did. What was your last job? Dating your first German. We kind of did that. Did you follow Argentinian news? Okay, if you could move somewhere else in the world, where would you move?
I always fantasize this thing about moving to an island.
Oh,
I know.
Like the UK?
No, like a nice one. Oh, my bum, that hurts. Like Malta. Like every time that but to be honest, this happens to me. Like every time that I go on holidays, I'm like, I could live here anywhere.
Have you been to Malta?
Yeah, really nice.
You know who lives in Malta?
Who what?
My mom lives in Malta.
No, shut up. Should we go visit?
She lives in Gozo.
No, it's so nice.
Have you been to Gozo?
Yeah, sure.
They moved there. My mom's boyfriend found a job there and they moved there.
Oh my gosh, she's a boyfriend.
she still fucks.
Gross. One time I saw my mom kissing a boyfriend that she had, and it was like something I cannot forget.
Really?
Yes.
Your parents are divorced?
Yes.
That's what I'm learning from this. Did they divorce before or after the implosion of the vest company?
So after.
Okay.
After. But not because of it.
Right.
It's because they didn't love each other anymore.
It's a very common. Sounds like my parents.
Yeah.
Only that happened to them before I was born.
Is your dad alive?
He's alive.
Ah, cool.
I was talking to him the other day, basically, and then he got the COVID vaccine.
Because he's so old.
And also, he knows some people. Because like you can't just get the COVID vaccine without being, connected in Romania. I guess at this point.
Oh no.
So he knows some people. But then basically, I was doing a joke about because he got the COVID vaccine, and then he messaged me. I was like, "How are you doing? Are you okay?" I was like, "We never speak." These effects of the COVID vaccine are showing, and they're terrifying. My dad is now showing me love and affection.
He cares. He's about to die. Well, you have to be nice. You don't ever know what you're going to get when he dies.
Problems. I'm gonna get a bill for the cremation. That's what I'm gonna get.
Parents, am I right? Yeah, I don't want my mom to die. I think she spent a lot of money.
Do you have any messages for Argentinians that are currently in Argentina? Stay there.
So what's up? No, just like
if someone's thinking like, I would like to move out of Argentina, but I don't know what to do. What should they do?
I think they just like. I wish I had like. It's not as hard as to move away, but it's not as easy
to be away.
It doesn't fix all the problems. You will have new problems, and maybe it's a new level of loneliness, I guess.
Gotcha.
That you have to.
Is that because I think I've had a lot of friends in Romania. I think after the communism, Romania has gotten more family centric, and then people like their friends and like their families, and a lot of times they won't move because they don't want to be away from their friends and family.
Yeah, it has a weight. I mean, you can always find new friends, but and new family, but. Yeah, it's difficult. It's emotionally difficult, and sometimes I'm like, does this make sense? Does
this make sense?
Yeah. Is it the money make sense? Is
living here?
Yeah.
Living in this place?
Yeah.
Eating kebabs?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it, but
does it make sense?
Sometimes don't. Doesn't.
And we're gonna end right there.
What if you put like the producer? And I'm like.
No, it's interesting. I mean, to be honest, like for me, it kind of makes sense because like you're always doing something new.
I'm going to tell you something.
Go.
It does make sense because you are when you go away, you are like I feel like I'm the strongest that I ever been, or like the best version of myself. I don't know if it's a good one, but it's the best.
Right, it's strong.
It's the best, and I will never have that if I would have just stayed there.
True.
But I saw everything. So I saw this world and. We idolize it a lot, so it's like
when you see it from the outside, it's like,
but it's like, but like it's still
right.
I don't know.
So the moral of the story is here: you will never be happy.
You will never be happy. So I don't know. Eat a cookie.
Eat a cookie. I mean, you might as well. If you're never gonna be happy, just do what just try your best to be.
Should we just eat a cookie in silence?
Let's do it, and then that'll be the end of the podcast. And I'll put your Instagram stuff here. We're gonna eat a cookie in silence to conclude this podcast, guys. The Labrador Energy Podcast. Oh my god, I ruined it.
You ruined the cookie. This makes a lot of sense. I will eat half of the cookie that you did.
It's like a metaphor.
Eating the cookie.
I'm silent.
Eating the cookie means having sex.
Well, in that case, Julieta has all the cream.
Ew. Dragos, come on.
You literally have all the cream. Like, what the fuck?
You have a bit of your cream. This is so weird. This is pretty good.
That's it, we're gonna end there.
Cool.
Do you wanna plug anything?
What?
Do you wanna plug anything?
My phone somewhere?
Like, I'll put the Instagram, but do you want anything else to plug?
Follow me.
It's just gonna be like with like crumbs coming out of your mouth. That's gonna be the last thing of the podcast. Follow me. I just want to be followed.
But not on the street.
That's it. Okay, that's it.